So it's 4 p.m. on Thursday. Ian's just taken the boys out for their afternoon WALK. So even though I've edited the vlog, rendered it, uploaded it, done all the blog posts, I've done a load of laundry this morning, I've been to the post office and taken all the website orders, I've done my accounts for February, a couple of days early, but you know, but what the heck. I've sat down and created a piece of wall art from a load of old stamps that I've been holding for ephemera, just for something to do. Did I mention laundry? I've done a lot of laundry as well. So even though I've done all that today, I don't feel like I've achieved anything. But I know I have, but I just don't feel like I've achieved anything today.
Good afternoon everyone. I'm just cutting some of the tinplate surrounds for the new tinplate sign kits I launched on Tuesday. Sold really well, thank you very much, people have bought them. Just in case you've not seen them, I'm just going to start cutting them again and I'll show you what they look like when they're done. They are ace. I would say that though, wouldn't I, because I've done them. Hey ho. Okay, I just got this off the cutter as you saw a moment ago. Hot off the press, as it were.
Literally hot.
Literally hot, but it's not hot.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh dear. So, the kit, you get the base, you get the ring.
Am I pointing down?
If you would, Mike, just to kind you. So you get the base, you get the ring, you pop that out and you've got all the cogs in the middle and then the hanging mechanism as well.
Right, okay.
But there are different variants for the kit. They each fit within the circle. So you have your sewing room.
So this is if they've missed the video on Tuesday. They haven't managed to see that yet. This is what you've got available at the moment.
So that's the sewing room. The knitting one.
Knitting, yes.
The kraken.
Sorry, I'm just laughing. All I can see is a pair of bunny ears sticking out over the top. It's always gin o'clock. It's very insistent, that one, isn't it?
And the craft studio one with the lovely rose in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Because that, and then there's the art room, which is one of my, I think that's my fave.
Yeah.
The art room one.
Lovely stuff. People like the colours of that one.
I know, I like the colours of that one. So that just, so the idea is it just sits in there like that when you finished it.
That's it, tilt it for me.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's a little bit of wiggle room in there so it doesn't get stuck when you...
Do you want to show the one that you painted the other day?
Just yeah, so we'll do,
so
yeah.
You can see. It's just on the edge of the table there.
Is it okay? Oh, yes. Yeah, this is the one I painted the other day. I didn't put any other cogs on it.
Because you hadn't thought about it
I hadn't thought about it, you see. Then that drops in the middle.
There you go.
There's a little border, because some of them are slightly bigger than others, so I've gone for a common... But how cool is that? I say you got all those different variations. So that's that, and then a sneak peek for next week.
Oh, right, okay.
So next week's project is Gothic based. Again, Victorian Gothic.
Another Gothic.
I've got some new downloads on Mike's website.
Yes.
As is the kit you've just seen, and as is this here. You better get it all from Mike's site.
Is this on the website now?
It is.
Oh, right, okay.
But the two digi downloads, one is Victorian Gothic buildings and another one is plans and drawings.
Right.
Architect's plans.
So 2 new digi downloads from Ian.
Yeah, on your website.
Yes, lovely.
Under My Emporium.
Yeah.
But these are ace. I did the wrong size when I started. It was supposed to be A5. Happy accident. Yes. So...
Don't want to lift them up because otherwise I'm going to have to...
Look at those.
Fabulous. And these crosses do pop
Hello.
out. These
Yes,
crosses
they do.
And that one does
Yeah, I
pop
wanted
out
to
as
give
well.
you extra bits just in case.
And that pops
as does
out
that
as
one,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
But next week I'm going to be doing a project with these, a canvas with these and with the papers and with a new stencil I've got as well.
I love these. These little...
How gorgeous are they?
Look at that.
I'm glad I did them this size rather than being half the size.
Yeah, they are quite... I mean, that's what, 8.5 by 11 or about A4-ish.
I'll just measure it.
It is, trust me.
Oh, it is
It's
it?
about that.
It's 7.5, just over 7.5 by 11.5.
Yeah.
But with it being on the 2mm medite, it's very easy to cut.
You can actually cut them with scissors.
Well, I'll be cutting them with scissors when I do my project on Tuesday. And
Yeah.
of course, they just pop straight out. I mean, look, they're hanging out there.
So this is a sneak peek of this new product.
This is a sneak peek.
Fabulous.
So these are brand spanking new. You've not done anything with them yet. You're the
Just
first
do that
people
again.
to see them.
Just hold it up to you. Right, now I know what I'm using for the thumbnail.
Hold it still then. There we are.
It's like you trap behind bars.
It is, again. So yeah, so they're coming out. They're out now, but I'll be using them on Tuesday.
Excellent.
So just to give you a little bit of a sneak peek.
There you go.
Okay, I better get off. Got a lot to do.
Yeah, put that kettle on.
Okay, bye for now.
So it's Friday, about 1 o'clock. We finished filming Ian's little birdie project this morning, and I'd edited it before lunch and just set it rendering, and then jumped in the car to come to the supermarket. Just run out of a few bits and pieces, nothing major, but I've wanted to stock up on doggy food and a few bits for the weekend, so we don't have to go out at all over the weekend. Oh, the sun's out. It's beautiful. I wouldn't say it's warm, but when you're in full sun, it's actually quite nice. But in the shade, it's a bit nippy. And I don't mean a small furry creature. So Saturday, Mission Inspiration Day, because obviously it's the 1st of March today, so white rabbits and all that kind of stuff. March hair time, absolutely. So Mission Inspiration, yes, so the theme this month was emergence. So it's all to do with new growth, all that kind of stuff. And I've chosen a prompt from a Shakespeare, I don't know whether it's a play or a sonnet or whatever, called The Winter's Tale, can't remember. Anyway, daffodils that come before the swallow dares and take the winds of March with beauty. That's what my page is all about. So look at that. So themes were circles, the colour green, and I've got daffodils being held by this fantastic daffodil seller here, look. And we've got swallows up in the page as well. So yes, so that was my art journal page. Oh, and washi tapes in there. And I've made sure all the washi tapes are green as well. So that's the art journal page for March that I've done, edited and got uploaded, ready to go live on Saturday. So Saturday night tonight. So yeah, what I've also done is I wanted to do another Baroque frame. So I've got the surfaces. If you remember, I did that one first with the oval aperture in that one. Then I did the one with the rectangular aperture there. But three is better. Three different ones are better than just doing two, and I wanted to do a circle one. So I've created another frame. This one's a little bit more elaborate than the other two. So this is it. So it goes that way. So it's like a diamond shape with a circle in the middle. You could do it that way if you wanted to. That way it's 5 by 7. If you did it square on like that, it's 6 by 6. It's just the way it works, diagonals and all that kind of stuff. So that one's now been done and is on the website already. So there's now 3 of those. I've recently created 3 brand new ones, which are all steampunk themed. So instead of having all that Baroque stuff around the outside, all these swirls and curlicues and flourishes and all that kind of stuff, it's cogs and gears. And I designed 3 brand new ones for Indigo Blue, and that they're going to be releasing on a future steampunk show some point, I believe, during March. If not, by the time this goes out, it may be already released, I don't know. So I designed those during the week and sent all the designs over. I've not prototyped them yet. I've not prototyped that. I think Indigo Blue have prototyped them and they love them. They think they're lovely, which they are. But for once, my name's actually going on the packaging. So if anybody buys them, they'll see my name on the back as the designer. So there we go. So I'm happy about that, and I'm hoping that they sell very well. If they do sell very well, then obviously I will also add them to my website. So there's another 3 surfaces, but these ones are going to be steampunk themed. So watch this space for that one.
So, if you cast your mind back about 2 weeks, I went to Marks and Spencer's and I got some chicken parmigiano, and it was lovely. Chicken breast with some passata and some cheese on top, which was
breaded, so
yeah,
breadcrumbed chicken breast,
and it had cheddar and parmigiano cheese on top, and it was beautiful. So
we decided to do our own with sliced potato.
it looks beautiful. So
I've got more passata than Ian has, but because I like it a lot.
it's exactly the same.
Well, there you go, you see. And it's a lot cheaper.
About quarter of the price.
Who says you can't eat good for less? So, bit of a mini family outing today. We're going to view 2 new houses because obviously the sale on the one that we wanted has stalled completely and utterly due to obviously the reasons we talked about in previous videos. We were supposed to go out on Tuesday for viewings with Mum and Dad and Leslie. Unfortunately, they cancelled that one, so that ended up being aborted. But today, we found one yesterday, which was really interesting, but we didn't have time to get Mum and Dad ready, if you know what I mean. So we're just going to go and view this one first to see whether or not we like it. And if we do, then we'll arrange a second viewing for Mum and Dad to go and have a look at it as well. This one it's a new build, like the one we're in now, but it's got a lot of curb appeal. The only downside is the garden isn't as big as what we would hope for or like. So yeah, it's one of those ones. It's a compromise, but we haven't got the time or the luxury at the moment to start thinking, you know, well, we've got loads of time, because we haven't got loads of time. The chain that's in place selling ours and leading up to ours is all ready to go. It's only our sellers that are holding everything up, or the onward chain, if you like, from us. That's holding everything up. So we, like I said, we don't have the luxury that we ought to have really when trying to find a new house. But we don't feel totally pressured because everybody's happy just to wait. So yeah, it's just one of those things. So like I said, fingers crossed, one of these today might be the one. And here's Ian. He's in the back with Nippy today. Just behind his leg. You'll have to scoot his bottom across, I think. There we are, baby. So just say hello to the ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, everyone.
So I've just told them where we're off to.
Yes.
Actually, I haven't said where we're going today.
Oh.
Just said what we were doing. Well, the first one we're viewing is in a place called Blyton, as in Enid Blyton, but not any relation. So it's just gone 1:30 and we're back from doing our viewings. The first property that we went to see in Brighton was a lovely house, very, very lovely house. I couldn't take any pictures or anything because the owner was in, running around with a little child. So yeah, it's not a very good idea to get your camera out when there's a little child running around. So yeah, the house was lovely. Unfortunately, the location was just a bit too far out, too rural really for us. And we've got to consider mum and dad are going to be living with us, and there's got to be enough local amenities for mum and dad, as in there has to be a doctor's surgery, there has to be, you know, a post office or a corner shop or somewhere like that, for them to be able to get out of the house, or if they want to just go for a walk, even if it's just down to the corner shop to buy a newspaper or something like that. But there was nothing like that in the village. There was supposed to be a petrol station, but we couldn't find it. And we did find an ice cream parlour though, but we did stop. But because it was only like 10:30 in the morning, we thought it's not really a good idea to have ice creams at 10:30 in the morning. But anyway, dog friendly too, so it was even better. So we let the boys out for a little walk and a wee before getting them back in the car again. But yeah, the garden really was the biggest drawback of this property, because it was literally only half the size of the one we've got now. And they had encroached into that by building a conservatory or sunroom, if you like. So there was only, I'd probably say, a third of the garden size that we have now. Just enough room maybe to put a greenhouse in one corner and a shed in another, and then just a small amount of lawn. Enough for the boys to go and have a wee on and do the business on, but not really enough to put flower beds and that kind of stuff on. So that was a bit disappointing. Lovely lady though, absolutely lovely lady. And then the second one we went to see was on, again, another small little estate. There's only about 8 or 9 houses on it, but it was just too close to the main road, and there was the garden behind it, which wasn't exactly huge. We don't want a huge garden, but you know, having the space to be able to do things in the garden without falling over each other is a bit of a plus, so that mum and dad have got somewhere to go and potter and plant and weed and do things in the garden if they want to. Enough space for a greenhouse, maybe a few raised beds for planting a few, you know, small vegetables like, you know, sweet peas or tomatoes and that kind of stuff. But none of the houses that we've been to see today, gardens were big enough. And plus this one, the other houses behind it, and people had to drive around the back, so it's not exactly a private garden either. So yeah, it was a little bit disappointing. But on the way home, there was a couple of houses that I'd seen on a property website that looked promising. So I said to Ian, as soon as we've got time, why don't we just do a detour and go in and have a look at what these houses are like, what this other little estate is like, and see if there's anything that's of interest. So we did. So we went into this estate, and there were 3 houses right on the very edge of the estate, one detached and then 2 semi-detached ones, 2 semi-detached 3 bedrooms and 1 detached 4 bedrooms, complete but empty. So they're brand new, they're complete, and they're just sitting empty because obviously the developer hasn't sold them yet. But unfortunately, when we went online to have a look to see what sort of price range they were in, there's no prices, and the sales office was shut, closed on a Wednesday and a Thursday. So so we're gonna have to wait till Friday before we can call them up and find out what kind of price range that we're looking at for those properties. I'm more interested in the 4-bedroom detached than we are the others. But yeah, and it's within walking distance to the nearest train station, so that's even better. And the nearest train station literally is on the main line down to London, and it's only an hour away on the train to London. So it could be a winner, that one. We'll have to wait and see. But like I said, we'll have to wait till Friday. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. And don't forget, you can access your exclusive angel-only content over on my website. There's a link in the description area below. Thank you.